Clap it up, clap it up. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Tonight is the Brotherhood class, Tuesday night Brotherhood class. And our topic tonight is how to slay a demon. How to slay a demon. First of all, you got to understand demons are real. Lie, sir. Demons are very real. And unfortunately, a lot of our people don't understand just how real demons are. We've been confused. We've watched movies and Hollywood's interpretation of demons. We've watched movies like The Exorcist, and you see little girls with their heads spinning around backwards, and these Catholic priests sprinkling so-called holy water on these people, and these people talking in monstrous voices and running up the walls backwards. And that's what we think demons are. So we look around in our household, we look around our jobs, we look around on our interactions with our friends and our family. We don't see heads spinning. We don't see people climbing up the walls backwards. So we think there ain't no demons around. It's because we don't understand demons. Demons are very, very cunning. Demons and devils. They come in two different ways now. If you've been watching the UPK, you should know by now, if you've been watching the UPK, you should know that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You can just throw that out there. We know that for sure. That is a fact. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. But we're talking about the other kind of demon tonight. We're talking about that spiritual demon, that one that you don't see. You see that devil. You see all his destruction all over the world. Just turn the news on every day. Drive your car down the street and watch those red and blue lights get behind you. You know that devil. Look at what's happening overseas. Look at these hospitals being bombed by these so-called Jewish folks wearing the small hats, bombing hospitals, bombing school buildings, unaliving children. So you know that devil, but you don't know the devil that's probably right inside your house right now. That's the devil that you don't know. That's the demon that you can't see. And in my expert opinion, I believe that that's the most dangerous one. It's like a boxing match. The shot that you don't see coming, that's normally the one that'll floor you. The ones you see coming, you're kind of prepared for them. The Bible compares these unseen demons to lions. And before coming into the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, I looked at the comparison, how the Most High God said that these demons are like lions, roaring lions. And I thought because lions are big and monstrous, noisy, strong. So that's how I thought demons would be, big and monstrous, noisy, strong, big claws and teeth. And then I came into the school and I realized that they're like lions, but in a totally different way. Let me give you a little bit of insight on lions, what makes a lion so dangerous. You ever watch National Geographics and you watch lions chase down their prey? Most of the time, the prey that the lion chases down is actually faster than the lion. Lions run at about 46 miles an hour, top speed, and they only do it in short bursts. That's really fast, 46 miles an hour. Most time driving through your city, you ain't even driving your car at 46 miles an hour. But their prey, think of some of their prey, like antelope and gazelle, they run at about 60 miles an hour and not in short bursts. They can run that speed for long distances. So you would say, how can a lion catch a gazelle? How is that possible? The gazelle got him by 15 miles an hour. He has the endurance to run that speed for miles without getting tired. And the lion can only do it for a short burst, a couple of seconds, and then he's tired and he can't run anymore. So how is a lion cunning enough to take down his prey? Because a lion is smart. It's like demons. Lions will search out your weakness. Lions will sit in a pack and they will try to see what is wrong with you. What is my way in? Is there an injury somewhere? That's how they look at the animals. Be 1,000 gazelle out in the field, just grazing, eating the grass and frolicking around. They'll look through that pack of gazelle and they'll find the one that's limping. They'll find the one with the injured leg. And that's the one that they'll run down on. They'll find the one that's pregnant. Well, she's slow because she's pregnant. They'll run down on her. They'll find the one that is alone, the one who strayed too far away from the pack, got herself out there in the world a little bit by herself. They'll run down on that one. Or they'll just come out and cause confusion and confuse the herd, make the herd start scattering in different directions. You got gazelles running into each other. They'll cause confusion. Demons do the same thing, the exact same thing when dealing with people. They'll find the weakness. It don't have to be your leg that's injured, like talking about a gazelle, but your weakness might be the fact that you've been battling against drug addiction for years. You got yourself clean. And you know that you still got a little bit of weakness there, so you don't want to go and hang in certain neighborhoods because you know that that's all everybody's doing. They're indulging in things you don't indulge in anymore. They find your weakness. You got a weakness for women. You're a man, and you got a weakness for not just women, but the type of women, 304s, 403s, whatever y'all call them nowadays. That's your weakness. So you know how a lion would attack his prey by the weakness? The same thing with a demon. He'll come at you because he'll study you. He'll know your weakness. He'll know whether or not you are alone. As a matter of fact, he'll get you alone. He'll use depression, and he'll speak to you in your own voice. You'll hear him right in your mind, in your own head, speaking to you. You ever seen that illustration in movies and cartoons where you have a little angel on one shoulder and a little demon on another shoulder, and they're both talking to you in your ear? You know, that's somewhat real. Demons speak to you in your ear and in your own voice. And they do it, and they're so wise with it, they have you thinking that you're speaking to yourself. But those thoughts that you have in your head when you are alone, you're not feeling adequate, you're feeling down and out, and I just need to turn back to the things that used to make me feel better, the things I done came away from. Maybe I need to go back and indulge in some drugs and heavy alcohol, some abuse, you know, all the negative things. That's how demons work. They get inside your mind, but they're just like a lion. And this is not an analogy that I made up. This is an analogy that comes straight from the Bible. Most High God said this. We're going to get that in the scriptures. Sir, you have the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. 1 Peter 5 and 8.
1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober.
Be sober. You got to be sober first. So you got to be sober so your mind is clear. Not necessarily talking about from alcohol, but you want to have your mind together. You don't want anything judging your ability to think. You got something, sir? Disrupting your ability to think and to see straight. You understand? So you want to be sober and what else?
Vigilant.
And be vigilant. Keep your eyes open. You got to see what's going on around you. You can't just walk around with your head up in the clouds and not paying attention. It's easy for you to be devoured if you ain't paying attention. Be sober and be vigilant.
Because your adversary, the devil,
Your adversary, the devil, the supreme demon. You understand? What is he?
as a roaring lion,
As a roaring lion. It's walketh about.
seeking whom he may devour.
He's looking to see who he can devour, just like a lion. That's why I used the lion analogy, because that wasn't my analogy. I got that from the Most High. He said that is how demons operate. That's how the devil operates, like a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. So I can get it out. I get. All right. So we're going to look at Job chapter 2 and verse 3. Job chapter 2 and verse 3. We're going to see what happened with the chief demon. Okay. I can give a quick little rundown on what we missed. We ain't missed much. Okay. No running back. Running back. Okay. All right. I'm running back real quick. Today's classes. Right. We're talking about demons tonight. We had some technical difficulties with the sound, so I'm just going to reiterate a little bit of what we may have missed. We're talking about demons tonight. We're talking about how real demons are. We know that the Caucasian man or the oppressor, we know that he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. But we're talking about the spiritual demons tonight. We're talking about the demons that most of us don't know exist. We're talking about the demons most of us don't know exist, the ones that are in our head, the ones that are in our, and that's right in the midst of us and our family and our friends and on the workplace. Those are the demons that we're talking about, the spiritual demons, and we're talking about how they attack. And we did a comparison of how they attack like lions. They look for your weakness. They try to get you alone. So we did some comparisons on lions, and we went into the scriptures. We went to, let's give them that scripture one more time real quick, Barbara Shaw. That was 1 Peter 5 and 8. Under 1 Peter 5 and 8, that was the reason why we talked about lions and how demons are like lions, because they are very similar in the way that they hunt and destroy. All right. I was going to read that one scripture, and I'm going to jump into Job.
1 Peter 5 and 8.
1 Peter 5 and 8.
Be sober.
Be sober.
Be vigilant.
Be vigilant.
Vigilant. Because your adversary is the devil.
Because the devil,
as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking who he may devour.
The devil is like a lion, a roaring lion looking to see who he can destroy. So you got to be sober-minded. You got to be able to keep your head on straight and understand what's happening out here. You want to be vigilant. You want to be in these classes. You want to be in this Bible so you can understand his plots and see him coming. If you don't see him coming, he sneak up on you. He got you. That's how lions operate. We talked a little bit about lions, their top speed being about 46 miles an hour, and they only can run at that speed for a short burst of time. But they hunt down animals like gazelles that run 60 miles an hour, that can run 60 miles an hour for a long time. But lions are so smart and so cunning, they sneak up on you. You don't see them coming. They get down in the high grass. They walk right up on you. You don't know they're right there. They see you when you're limping, your leg is injured. They jump out on you because they know you can't run. They catch you when you're alone at the well drinking water. You scattered too far away from the flock. That's what they do to humans. Get you when you're alone, away from the brotherhood. That's how they get you. So we're going to go into the Bible and we're going to talk about the chief demon and how he attacked Job. There's nothing new under the sun. They do it today. They've been doing it. And they ain't going to stop doing it. They use the same old techniques. But if we don't learn their techniques, we can't defend ourselves. That's the book of Job, chapter 2, and verse 3 is where we're going. We don't learn how these demons operate, we'll never know how to defend ourselves. That's why we have these classes every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sabbath service. On Saturday, we come out, we hit the streets, highways, and byways. We're trying to teach you, brothers and sisters, how to protect yourself. These demons are out here. And you're losing a fight if you don't know they out here. You got to know they out here. They're speaking to you in your mind, in your own voice. You think it's you, but it's demons telling you to go to left when you should be going right. And know your weaknesses.
Job 2 and 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Now the Lord asked Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Understand that These demons, the devil, they can't do nothing that the Lord don't allow. The Lord is in control. Remember that. I know the church might have told you that up in heaven you got like the devil and his horns and pitchfork and he's fighting God and they're going back and forth as an even battle and who's going to win in the end. It don't work like that. Good and evil, all that comes from the Most High. Everything that's done, he got to allow it. So that's why he said, have you considered my servant Job? He has to give permission before Job can be touched, before he can be messed with. Continue reading, sir.
That there is none like him in the earth.
There's none like him in the earth. He's super obedient. He's a man after the Lord's heart. You know, he's a perfect man, an upright man. People are wicked out here in the world today. There's not a lot of people that's after the Lord's heart today. Wasn't people that was after the Lord's heart back then either. It's nothing new under the sun. So Job, he's one of the perfect men. Go ahead, sir.
There is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man.
Mm-hmm.
One that feareth God.
He fears the Lord. He fears the Lord and he escheweth evil. He keep evil away from him. He don't deal with sin. He fears the Lord. If you fear the Lord, you're going to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. So that's what Job did. He kept the laws, statutes, and commandments, and he stayed away from evil. Continue, sir.
And still he holdeth fast his integrity.
And he held on to his integrity, regardless. It don't matter if everybody else is doing the thing that you're not supposed to do. Everybody else is outside and they smoking weed and popping pills. And you know your body is a temple. You know that's a sin. Doesn't matter if you got to be the oddball out. Job had no problem being an oddball out. He did thus says the Lord, regardless. So what everybody else around him was doing, he feared God. You understand that? There's more on that one, sir.
Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without a cause.
Although that the Most High will allow Satan, the devil, to bother Job, he'll still hold on to his integrity. Is that the same for you? Brothers and sisters, is that the same for you? Do you hold on to your integrity when the devil is coming up against you? Or do you not know that's the devil coming up against you? Let me give you some instances, right? You just got your car, brand new, spent all your money on your car. It broke down as soon as you got it home. Now, you broke. You got to try to figure out a way to get that thing fixed. You still got to get back and forth to work. You're worried about getting on the bus. You are stressed. It's cold outside, wintertime. You got to get up 2 hours early just to get to work. Now you got Sport Coat Willie. I'm talking to the lady. Sport Coat Willie on the job. You know he getting fresh with you every day, but you're a married woman. Sport Coat Willie, he'll pick you up in the morning. Your husband ain't gonna like that at all. So you're gonna lie to your husband and let Sport Coat Willie pick you up and take you to work. See, that's what we're talking about here. Job held on to his integrity, regardless of what was going on. Whatever obstacles he was put in front of, he held on to his integrity. Same thing with you, brothers. I understand child support payments. I'm bringing it to today's time. I know child support payments and you behind. You get threatening mail from child support every month. And you just lost your job. I understand that. We go through these times. The devil comes up against us. And I know you used to hustle and you stopped hustling and your brothers outside, they still in the trap. And the block been quiet and they all getting money right now. Ain't no beefing. The police ain't been bothering nobody. I understand that you can go outside right now and you can fix your financial problems. You think? Yeah. Guess who else understands that? The devil. That's who putting that thought in your mind. When you sitting there and you thinking like, damn, I can fix this. I can hit the block. I ain't really got to get all the way out there. That ain't nothing but the devil talking to you, having a conversation with you. And you don't realize that it's a conversation being had. You think these are your thoughts. That's a conversation. That's like the illustration we see in those cartoons and movies with the little angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder talking to you in your ear. That happens. It ain't just like that. It ain't no little pitchfork and horns and stuff, but that voice, those are spirits that's talking to you. And you have to know that. You got to understand that so you can defend yourself against that. And Job here, Job knew how to defend himself against that. Job knew to hold on to his integrity, to continue to fear the Lord, to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments regardless. That's what Job did. That's what they're explaining here in Job 2 and verse 3. Give me verse 4. You got something, sir?
That's heavy, man. That's heavy that defend Satan, to defend yourself from Satan and his angels.
Right.
The only way you can do that is by studying the Word of God.
Right.
So you will know that this man, which we call the devil, the Bible speaks of, is working as Satan in the human form against you with his oppression.
Right.
And Satan is working with you against you in your mind. Just like the officer said, you think it's you, but it's Satan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We got to know how to defend ourselves, and the only way is through the scriptures of the Most High.
Right.
He's teaching us in the way we should go. The only way we're going to know it is if we study and stay close to him.
Khan, get that powerful officer hand. That's the only way you're going to know. It's being up in these scriptures, getting up in these classes. You're a young man, you better put that all black on and come. The doors are open. You gotta come before it's too late. Get in class so you can learn how to defend yourself and understand life is about war, and there's a war going on right now. Those words you hear in your mind telling you to do all the things, take all the shortcuts, all the things that's a sin against the Most High, ain't nothing but demons. And their job is to destroy you. They're trying to devour you. They want to unalive you. That's why he's telling you hit the block. Just when you get out there, you go ahead and roll the dice. You think the block been quiet, you go ahead and you jump back out there. That'll be the time that it ain't going to be so quiet. It's quiet just to see. That's how they operate, sir. That's how the demons operate. It's quiet for you because you ain't out there. That's why it's quiet, to draw you back out there. That's why the block quiet. Sweetheart, the reason your car stopped working is because Sport Coat really work on your job. And he try and get in your underwear and you married. That's why your car stopped working. So you can feel like you need Sport Coat Willie. Don't fall for those tricks. I can give you 1,000 situations, but you know, if you're listening, examine your own life. Examine yourself and think about all the ways in which you have a choice whether to do wrong or whether to do right. Think about that little demon, that little angel on your shoulder. Keep that little illustration in your mind because it's real, it's happening. And be like Job. Hold on to your integrity. You got something else, sir? No, just go down to verse 4. Con. Mm-hmm.
Job 2:4. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man has will he give for his life.
Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, all that a man have, he'll give it up. He'll give it up for his life. If I bless him, if I give him those things he want, man, he'll turn his back on you. That's what he basically saying. That's what he's telling the Lord. Skin for skin. The things that he desires, if I present him with them things that he desires, if I let him know that I let this man know that he can screw every 403 from the East Coast to the West Coast. I put money in his bank account like he never imagined I'll have his rap career take off so much and make him a billionaire. Next thing you know, look at Diddy. I'm just giving you examples. Look at Diddy. Look at Diddy. Everything you could ask for. The demons knew what he desired. Turned him into a monster just to put him in jail. Now he's in jail. They laughing at him now that they got him in jail, but they still want him gone. They want him unalive still. They want to watch him hurt. They want him to have thoughts of unaliving himself. As soon as he got locked up, they said he had those thoughts. The main sin. Yep. So you can't be forgiven. That's what they want. They don't want you to just be unalive. They want you to do it to yourself. And soon as Diddy got locked up, that's what they said that he was in there contemplating. That's how they work. They will give you everything that they know that you want. They look for your weakness. That's your weakness. That's your weakness, brother. You know that you're addicted to money and you're addicted to these fast women. That's what they're going to present you with. Right. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. You just gave me an idea, sir. You just gave me an idea. As soon as we finish with Job, I'm gonna go to a person who those demons successfully had him to unalive himself. We all know about Judas. We're gonna get Judas next. Say it again. I ain't hear you. Say it again. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear what the officer just said. Officer Gabar Ricard just said, but he said that the ultimate goal of the demon wants you to unalive yourself. That's the ultimate sin right there. Something you can't come back from. That's what they want for all of us. They want us gone. You can't repent from that. That's what they want. And you look at Diddy now sitting up in that jail cell. He had everything that he wanted. Thought he was blessed. I seen him wearing a little cross around his neck at times, and every time he go up on the wall, I like to thank the Lord first. Listen, the Lord gives blessings, but so does these demons too. Every time they thought it was the demon. Every single time. Don't think everything you getting is of the Lord. If you ever had those thoughts, ending it all was a demon. It's a conversation with a demon. Those conversations take place all the time. You ain't in these classes, you ain't gonna know how to defend yourself. But Job is a good example of how to defend yourself. Satan says, skin for skin, I give him what he want. Here, take it. That wasn't true. Keep reading, sir. Verse 5.
Job 2:5, but put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh.
Put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh. And what else?
And he will curse thee to thy face.
And he will curse thee. The devil thought he could make Job curse the Lord to his face. Said, put forth thy hand and touch his bone and his flesh. You understand what he's saying? He said, make this man experience tragedy. You got to bring him down. See, Job was a wealthy man. Job was well off, beautiful wife and children and land and cattle. He was living comfortably. The devil said, touch him, touch his bone and his flesh. You got to make him experience tragedy, pain. You got to make him suffer, and then he'll turn from you. Job didn't turn, though. I know the end of the story. I hope you know the end of the story. Job held on. Job was strong. You understand? So when he touch you, what you going to do? Are you going to fold up? That's what you're going to do? You're going to fold up? You're going to lose your integrity? You're going to curse the Lord? You're going to blame the Lord? Continue reading, sir. Give me verse 6.
Verse 6. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life.
The Lord said to him, go ahead. He in thy hand, but you can't, you can do what you want, but you can't unalive him. That's what you can't do. You got to save his life. Do what you want. You can bring him all the way to the brink of, I say the D word, death. Yeah, you bring him to the brink of death, but you cannot unalive him. Do what you want to do to him. What a test that is. What a test that is. And you down and out, understand sometimes it's just a test. You feel like you keep losing everywhere you turn, another loss, another loss, another loss. Sometimes it's the demon trying to break you. And the Most High sitting there watching, seeing if you're going to break, or you one of his children, or you're not. It's a test. You got something on that, sir?
That's powerful. This is the same test that he do on every Israelite.
Kana Wakan.
Especially when you're in the truth.
Kana Wakan.
Test even stronger.
Kana Wakan. Shit, if I turn the class around, talk about all my personal ones, but I ain't going to do that. Come into the school. See, when you already doing what the demons want you to do, they ain't got to test you. They got you. You already destroying your community, destroying your body, destroying your family. You ain't paying the Lord no mind. You just reckless out here. You ain't got to do a lot of talking to. He got you. Hey, put you on the back burner. Right. He jump on somebody else. Yep, I already got him cooking. The flame is up. Yeah, his time's short. Let me go get these ones that escape. Where y'all thought y'all was going? Y'all went in the truth. Y'all got up under Commander General Yohana and got a brotherhood. Man, we got to get them. That's the ones he want. Yep, double time. He's sending a legion. It ain't just one. Believe me, he's sending a legion after you. You came into this truth. It's been countless stories. You done came into this truth, and you step away from it. They coming. Say it again. Give me verse 7.
7. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with swords, with a sore bull.
So he hit him with bulls. Keep reading that, sir.
From the sole of his feet unto the crown of his head.
He hit him with bulls all over his body, Job, from his feet all the way up to the top of his head. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the pain? Bulls all over your entire body. It's a wealthy man, nice, strong man. You got everything. And all of a sudden, this is your condition now. Sores from the sole of your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. But you think Job folded? Give me verse 10 and we're going to drop Job.
Before he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaking.
Oh, no, Salaki, sir, start at verse 9. This is his wife speaking to him first in verse 9. And this is what's going to happen to you when you're being tested too. They aim to speak to you, but they'll also jump at other people and have other people come and speak to you. Give me verse 9 first.
Job 9, 2 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Then said his wife unto him.
Then said his wife. Now here's his wife coming to Job, wanting to talk to him while he's down and out.
Dost thou still retain thy integrity?
She asked him, do you still retain your integrity now? Look at you. Look at the Most High done to you. How you feel now? You still love him? What'd she say after that?
Curse God and die.
Curse him and die. She told him it was over. Look at you. You don't need to even live no more. Curse him and die. Look at Job. Look at the kind of man Job was. Give me verse 10 now.
But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaking.
As one of the foolish women speaking. Not just women in your life. It's going to be men that's going to speak foolish as well. But he told her, you speak like a foolish woman. Continue.
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God?
Shall we get good from the Most High God?
And shall we not receive evil?
And not evil? Shall it just be all blessings all the time? He just keep giving me everything I want? He never tests me? I never need to see what rock bottom feel like? That's what he asked her. Continue, sir.
In all this, did not Job sin with his lips?
In all this, regardless of what was happening, Job did not sin against the Most High. Give Job a hand. Give Job a hand. Give Job a hand. This is why we come to class to read these. This should encourage you. This shows you it can be done. The way Job did it, we said nothing new was under the sun, right? That was Ecclesiastes 1-9. Nothing new under the sun. It's being done today. It's men right now. I know they've hit rock bottom. Hit rock bottom. That's how this school got where it is today. From men hitting rock bottom, but holding on to their integrity. Fighting against all those voices, all those people coming up against them. The ISUPK is done. ISUPK done failed. This is the home of the truth. This is the biggest Israelite organization on the face of the earth. This is where the truth resides. From men with integrity. They're held on. That's why you get up in here and get some of this brotherhood so you can learn how to hold on too. Don't fold under pressure. Don't fold because things are going wrong. Don't turn back to your wicked ways. When you turn back to your wicked ways, you're going to be devoured. They are trying to unalive you. And you get out there by yourself, they will be successful. Brotherhood is a weapon. You understand? Life is about war. That's why we in the school. Got something, sir?
Take it. And the reason it's being done because Satan is looking at you in the spiritual world, waiting for you to crack.
Waiting for it.
Go to your old self and go back to the world and take his way out. When these things happen, man, you got to remember this story. These scriptures are for your learning.
We said we was going to talk about that Thawada, sir, for that too. Thawada for that, sir. You said earlier, you said that the main goal these demons want you to unalive yourself, and I said that's the ultimate sin. I said let's talk about that. Let's jump to that. I'm glad you said that. So we're gonna change pace a little bit and go to John 12. Go to John 12 because that's exactly what happened. A fourth time, John 12, and we're gonna start at verse 2. We're talking about Judas Iscariot. Judas, you know Judas, Everybody know about the big 12, right? The 12 disciples that follow Christ around. And you should know Judas. Judas is the, excuse me, Salaki. Judas is the one who sold Yahweh Shah out. Let me see. Yep, Connor Wakan. Yep, John 12 and 2. This is where 12 and 2 is where that demon was talking to, where that demon started talking. There's a demon right here in the Bible. There's a demon that was talking. And we're going to show you the way that Christ handled that demon. John 12 and 2, whenever you're ready, sir. Let me give you a little illustration of what was happening here now. It's supper time, right? That's what's going on. Everybody's sitting down to eat together. It's brotherhood going on.
John 12 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
There they made him a supper. And Martha served.
All right, so Martha, we got the women, just like what happens today. The women are serving food. Continue, sir.
But Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him.
And Lazarus is sitting there at the table with Yahweh Shah, with Christ, right? So let's see this demon talk. Give me verse 3.
It took Mary a pound of ointment of
spikenard.
spikenard.
Yeah, that's spikenard. Now this ointment, this expensive ointment. This is top of the line stuff here. And look what she did with it. It's very go ahead, you got it, sir.
Very costly.
Very costly, very expensive.
And anointed the feet of Jesus.
And she took this very expensive. I'm talking about top notch. This is like some oils you done got on. You done went on Amazon and you done spent $300-400 for, right? And she done took this oil and started putting it on Yahweh Shah feet. Continue.
And wiped his feet with her hair.
And she wiped his feet with her hair. She rubbing it in. And then she getting a little bit of it on her head too at the same time.
And the house was filled with an odor of the ointment.
And the house was filled with the smell. This is a beautiful smelling fragrance throughout the house. And watch this demon. Give me verse 4.
Then said one of the disciples.
Then said one of the disciples. Judas Iscariot.
Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him.
So here comes one of the disciples. This is one of Christ's main men. I want you to understand that part. A lot of times demons are going to speak to you through your main men, through your favorite people to hang out with, your homeboys, your brothers. You understand? Your big cousin. That's what the demon's going to speak to you through. For you sisters, they're going to speak to you through your homegirls, the girls that you converse with when you're at work, your family, your auntie, the one that's cool, that she always lay back, come drink a beer. They're going to speak to you right through them people, just like right here what's going on with Christ. One of his men, one of his disciples. Here's the demon speaking, but Christ ain't going for none of it. Where we at, sir? Verse 5.
Simon's son, which should betray him.
Okay, so Judas Iscariot, that was Simon's son, the one who was going to betray Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah knew that too. But go ahead.
Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor?
Now look at this. Here's Judas. Why this ointment? You pouring it on this man's feet. Why are we pouring all this ointment on this man's feet? This could have been sold for 300 pence. Big money. We could have sold this instead of just wasting it on his feet and giving to the poor. We could have took that money and gave it to the poor. He made it sound good, right? That's how demons are. They so conniving. They make it sound good. It ain't never going to just be blatant. If you ain't trained to understand these demons, they're going to make it sound good and you'll fall for it. We could have sold this and gave it to the poor. That's Judas. That's the turncoat. Go ahead and read verse 6, sir.
Verse 6. This he said, not that he cared for the poor.
This he said not because he really cared for the poor. He ain't say this because his heart was really after the poor. Like, there's poor people out here who really need this money, need to eat. That ain't why he said it. He had a different agenda.
But because he was a thief.
Because he was a thief. That's why he said it. He was a thief.
And he had the bag.
And he had a bag.
And bag what was put in there.
Mm-hmm. He ain't have a lot. He was a thief. He wanted something for himself. He wasn't even thinking about. He wasn't thinking about.
Put their rent.
He wasn't thinking about no poor people. He just used them for a ploy, just to have something to say. That's how demons work. They always coming up against something righteous, right? But he is now dealing with Yahweh Shah. So trust me, Yahweh Shah, he know a demon. He knew exactly what was going on. Now these letters are getting here, verse 7, it's written in red. This is what Christ spoke. What Christ say to him?
Then said Jesus.
Here's Christ speaking. It's Yahweh Shah.
Let her alone.
Leave her alone.
Against the day of my burial.
Yeah.
She kept this.
Against the day of my burying has she kept this. Give me verse 8.
For the poor always he have with you.
Mm-hmm.
But me he have not always.
The poor always going to be here. You can always deal with the poor, but me, you ain't going to have always. I'm going to be gone soon. See, Yahweh Shah already knew that. He knew that was a demon trying to come up against this woman because she's trying to do something. You know, she's showing humility and reverence for who he is, for her teacher. This is our king. He don't deserve to have some good oil poured on his feet. And you out here, you trying to use trickery. This is the demon. That's how they work. You're trying to use trickery. And we know what Judas' end was, right? We know the story. Judas the same one. That's why they say betrayed him. I think 20 shekels of gold or silver, or 30 shekels of gold or silver. That's all it took for him to try to have Yahweh Shah unalive. It ain't take much. He was with the plan. He took that little money, and then after it happened, like always, normally when you do dirt, ask a person who's unalive folks what happens when they get alone and they get caught. This is the demons want. They got you out here. You got the gun in your hand. This he disrespecting us, and he's stepping on our toes around here. Let these know how you get down. Put that work in. Ain't nobody gonna play with you. These are the words that we hear. This is what happens in the streets. I'm just bringing it to now. I'm bringing it to 2024. And you go out here and you done played your part in getting this brother unalive, or you done did it yourself. Now you got to deal with the consequences. Now the demon's going to get you. Police coming eventually. You're going to jail. They get you in that jail cell by yourself, and that's when they start talking. And you can't get the visions out your head. You're never the same. Demons going to talk to you and minister in your ear for the rest of your life, trying to get you to unalive yourself. And they did that. They had that conversation with Judas, and unfortunately, they won. They won. Judas did exactly what they wanted. He went and tried to give he tried to get the money back. He felt so guilty. He went and he tried to give it back to the Romans. Like, I don't even want this. Like, I made a mistake. They was done with him at that time. They don't care about no mistake that you made. You done already sold him out. You're done. Ain't no coming back from it. And Judas couldn't bear that. Let me get a little bit more on that Judas. Where is it when Judas, not when he unalived himself? Don't go into it? All right. Yeah, we just for time's sakes, that's how the story ended. He felt so guilty, he went and he unalived himself. He couldn't bear what he did. So I believe he hung himself, right? Yeah, he hung himself. He went and hung himself. Yep. And you see that happening. Look at the suicide rates inside the prison system. People feel so guilty because of what they did, and they just can't face the music. They don't want to do the time for the crime they committed. The demons got them now, and that conversation get heavy. And now you don't want to live no more. And they got you right where they want you, wrapping something around your neck, jumping off the side of your bunk. Happens daily. Daily. Let me add one little thing to that. How many suicides happen each day in America? It said in 2022, 49,476 Americans or unalived by suicide. Wow. I didn't think the numbers was going to be that high. 49,476 demons won the conversation. That's what happened. Demons won. That was the conversation. The demons won. Totally was successful. That was in 2022. Almost 50,000 people. That's just America. Unalived themselves. It says on average there are 135 self-unalivings per day in America. Every day. We getting close to the end of the day now. It's nightfall right now. 135 people today lost the conversation that he was having with a demon. Say it again, sir. That's how hard the demons working. They are working like a crouching lion. It's constant. It's constant. Constant. Every day. And you don't in your thoughts every day. And you don't think it's important for you to get in class and understand how these demons are working? Looking at numbers like that, man.
I realize depression is a demon.
Depression is a demon. That's probably one of the main demons that we deal with in the Black, Hispanic, Native American communities. And they set this thing into action on purpose. You got to understand that all these other nations, they take crafty counsel. I know you hear us say this all the time. They take crafty counsel, and they put us in positions so we can be depressed. They make sure we don't have a lot of money. They make sure we live in the bottom of society, last hired, first fired. All these things lead to depression. They teach our men that marriage is not honorable and just go and make, 403s our women. They teach our women that, N-words ain't doo-doo. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can say the ho word. It make whores out of our women. I can say that. Yeah, I'm just TikTok sensitive over here. Yeah, they teach us to make whores out of our women. They teach our women not to trust us. They say, N-words ain't doo-doo and all that kind of stuff. This smile with your rear end, sir. When you said that to me a few weeks ago, it blew my mind. And then I thought about it like, that's true. Women don't even, our sisters ain't smiling. They ain't smiling with their face no more. Take a picture, baby, and they don't say cheese and smile. They turn around and toot their backside up. Try and make it clap. Don't take a picture, make a video. Like, we got to understand all this is demonic. And these devils are pushing this stuff on us because it leads to destruction. It leads to us being devoured. We got to understand what's going on out here so we can know how to defend ourselves. Like a crouching lion in the high grass, sneaking up on you. You don't understand what you're doing. It looks like it's just fun. Everybody else do it on Instagram and TikTok, so you're going to do it too. Mm-hmm.
It's heavy, right? They know to get suicide, how to do it. Our oppression, the devil got the Bible speaks of. He knows that oppression leads to depression.
Right.
Depression leads
Right.
to ultimate sin.
That's heavy, sir. That's heavy.
That's what they doing to us.
That's heavy, sir. That officer hand said oppression leads to depression. And depression what?
Leads to suicide.
And depression leads to unaliving. And our oppressors know that. They know that. So they do all these things, all these tools that they use, the child support system, drugs in the communities, piss poor education system. They use all these things as weapons against us. So it can lead to
Everybody have a gun license.
everybody. If you you can have your gun license. If you don't, we'll still pump them out in the streets. You can just get them as easy as you can get a library card on the street. Illegal or legal. Our oppressors know exactly what they're doing with these demons. And we're not equipping ourselves on how to fight these demons. And that's where we're going wrong. But here in the UPK, we're going to show you how to fight them. We're going to get back into the scriptures, and we're going to show you how to fight these demons. We're going to give you some defense strategies. Let me go to Matthew 22. So we're going to start at Master. Start at 36.
Matthew 22 and 36. Master, which is the greater commandment, what is the great commandment in the law?
So what's the great commandment in the law? That's the question being asked. The law, as you know, is found in the Bible from front to back, over 600 and I think 16 or so laws. So the question is being asked, what is the great commandment? Out of all the commandments, what's the great commandment? And Yahweh Shai answers here is written in red.
Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God.
Thou shalt love the Lord thy God
With all thy heart.
With all thy heart.
And with all thy soul.
And with all thy soul.
And with all thy mind.
And with all thy mind. That's the first way that you defend yourself. You got something on that?
We have to realize that to love him is to keep his commandments.
You're right. Give me John 14.
Mind, heart, and soul.
You're right about that, sir. Give me John 14 and 15. Yep. You heard what he said? We just want to be clear. That's the great commandment, to love the Lord with all your heart.
This is the first and great commandment.
That's the first and the great commandment. Understand that. But the thing is, you don't know how to love him. You think in the Christian church, I thought it too, as long as I put my nice suit on Sunday and I show up and give Pastor a couple of dollars so he can buy nice suits, I love the Lord. I said it, yeah. I sang a church song on the way to the store to buy Sunday dinner, pork chops, smothered in gravy, and I sang the songs in the car. I love the Lord, right? Just as wicked as you want to be. You're still smoking cigarettes, defiling the temple. You still, that's John 14 and 15. You defiling the temple, eating unclean things. You're not keeping none of his high holy days. Instead, you're keeping Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. All the stuff he told you not to do is what you're doing. That's what a sin is. Everything is a commandment for. When he say do or not do, you go opposite, then you are in sin. So you don't love the Lord. And like the officer said, if you love the Lord, you're going to keep the commandments. We're proving it. We're going to prove it right now.
John 14 and 15.
John 14 and 15. This is the proof.
If you love me,
if ye love me,
keep my commandments.
It's that simple. It's that simple. If you love me, keep my commandments. Not if you love me, wear a big hat to church. Not if you love me, dance up and down the aisles and sing church songs in your car. Not if you love me, tell everybody that you love me. I love the Lord. Hallelujah. None of that stuff means you love the Lord. Read it again, sir.
John 14 and 15. If you love me, keep my commandments.
If you love me, keep my commandments. It's that simple. All of them. He ain't say cherry pick. Keep the commandments that you like. Keep the commandments that you agree with. Plain and simple. Keep my commandments. He ain't say go to church. He ain't say sing a song about loving me, wear a big hat.
He ain't say thank you, love me.
Nope.
He said keep my commandments.
Keep my commandments. He made it real simple.
That's how you love
That's how you love
it.
the Lord. If you don't do that, you don't love the Lord. It's plain and simple. That's written in red. It ain't my words. Pull up John 14 and 15. You have your Bible. You should have your Bible if you're listening in. Say it again. I got it. It's in red over here. Yeah, John 14 and 15. Yep. If you love me, keep my commandments. Let me give you one more tool before we get out of here. One more tool for how you do this. Now, that's the greatest one right there. That was Matthew. All right, come. That's the greatest tool. That was Matthew. Let's go back to where we was. Matthew 22. What we did was gave you, that's called a precept. We read Matthew 22 and verse 37.
Matthew 22 and 37. Jesus said unto him,
Jesus said this.
Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
And the question was in verse 36. It said, Master, what is the great commandment in the law. And then 37 said, what? Say it again, sir.
Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy mind.
Right. And we just pulled it up to show you how you love him. That was John 14 and 15. It ain't saying you love him, it's keeping the commandments. So the greatest commandment is to love him with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. That's Matthew 22 and 37. Not my words, it's the Bible. Continue, sir. Verse 38.
This is the first and great commandment.
It's the first and the great commandment. And give me the second, 30, verse 39.
And the second is like unto it.
And the second is just like it. Here comes the second one. And what's that?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love your neighbor as you love yourself. How powerful was that? Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Now, your neighbor is not just the person who lives next door to you. Don't think that. Don't think because you got a nice little job and you moved out in the county and your neighbor is, oppressor or, one of those other nations. Your neighbors are these people up here on the sign. It's your family, your brethren. These are your neighbors. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. That's your neighbor, your own people. And he said that's the second. The first one is to love the Lord with all your heart, with your soul and your mind. That's the first and great commandment. And the second is just like it. And that's to love your neighbor like you love yourself. Give me verse 40, sir.
On those two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
On just those two right there, you can embody all of them. On those two. Think about it. If you love yourself, if you love your neighbor like you love yourself, think about some of the sins that we got to deal with out here in the world, the things that we normalize. Listen to R&B music, listen to rap music. Every song you hear is about hitting another brother's woman, right? Sleeping with another brother's woman. I'm trying to clean it up for TikTok. Still on TikTok. Every song you hear is so normal in our community. And that's being pushed on us, by the way. Understand that these meetings have taken place and these execs in the music industry decided that this is what we're going to promote through the music. And everybody want to listen to it. They get brainwashed like the demon inside, and we start living by this. If you love your neighbor like you love yourself, you wouldn't do that kind of stuff. You wouldn't sleep with your neighbor's woman, right? Because you don't want anybody to sleep with your woman. So you wouldn't sleep with your brother's woman. So you can hang all the commandments on that. Think about what's going on. We talked about the unalivings that happen when it get dark outside at nighttime. How the crime rate, the unaliving rate goes up. You got people over territory. I'm destroying the community over here, selling smack, and you destroying the community 2 blocks away, selling smack, and we competing for customers. When we both are destroying the community, and we competing because I want to destroy it more than you destroying it because I need the money. I want the money. So now we beefing. And I come and I unalive you, or you come and you unalive me. And we think that stuff is normal, right? But the commandments say you love your neighbor like you love yourself. Do you want yourself to be unalive? No. So you don't unalive your brother. You love your neighbor like you love yourself. Do you want yourself to be the one that's strung out, robbing and stealing so they can get a $5 hit? No. So you don't deal death to your people in that way. That's why you can hang the commandments. You can hang all of them on that. Loving your neighbor, love your brothers and your sisters like you love yourself. That's so powerful. Most of all the sins that we dealing with as far as us doing things to one another is because we don't love each other like we love ourselves. You want good for you, you could care less about the next person. I hear that all the time. Kids, a gang of kids out in the middle of the street fighting, and now I can't tell if weapons coming out or not. I'm far down the street. I'm hopping out my car. I'm blowing the horn trying to get through, hopping out the car. I want to run up, but I want to make sure that the kid is safe. Look like somebody down on the ground, they getting jumped. That should be your natural reaction. It shouldn't be just me and one other car when there's 20 or 30 cars at the stoplight watching and people recording on their cell phone, nobody intervening, nobody calling 911, nobody trying to pull the children off of the child. And you know what the mindset of the people who sitting in the car is? It ain't my child. That's what people say. That wasn't my child. So I ain't getting in it. I don't want to help. Because you don't understand how the Lord wants you to work. Those are demons that tell you it ain't your child. You're supposed to love your neighbor like you love yourself. So you're supposed to love your neighbor's child the way you love your child. Do you want your child to be the one out there in the street getting jumped, getting stomped and drugged up and down the street? Somebody attempting to unalive him? Well, you shouldn't want that for anybody's child. You shouldn't want that for any of your neighbor's children. That's why the Lord said that you can hang all the commandments on that. That's heavy. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. And when you have a problem with a brother, because it's going to happen, or you got a problem with a sister, there's a way to deal with it. It's a way to deal with an issue. Every time this brother is the supervisor on the floor, it seemed like he give me all the extra work. He extra hard on me, he ain't hard on nobody else. Every time he the supervisor on the floor, I'm the one that got to do this, got to do that. He want me to work through my lunch break. There's two ways that I can handle a situation like that. Untrained and I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand demons. I might go start a conversation with a coworker. Bro, you notice every time you'll come around, he the supervisor, he always making me do the extra work. That's a demon. He want me to talk. He want me to spread that negative thought that I'm having about that brother. He want me to spread it. That happens. It happens in your life. It happens with your family. Your kid. One kid make you mad. You got 3 kids. You're an adult. You're 60 years old. You got kids in their 30s and 20s. And one kid make you mad, and you hop on the phone and you tell your other 2 children about the 3rd child and how that child made you mad. That's a demon on you. It is a demon on you that makes you do that. That's an absolute demon that makes you do that. Now you want to play your children against the one because the one done peed you off for the day. That's a demon that's on you, making you run your mouth, spreading that demon. That demon jump on you. You run your mouth to the next person, that demon jump on that person run their mouth to the next person, talking too much. Running your mouth because you had a disagreement. But the Bible tells us if you love your people, there's a way that you deal with it. Give me Matthew 18 and 15, sir. Bob Kashaw. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15.
Matthew 18 and 15. Moreover, if any thy brother shall trespass against thee.
So if any of your brothers, you have a difference. Any of your brothers do something that offends you, trespass against you. It can be a big matter. It can be a small matter. It can be like, I think that he mean mugging me every day. But every time, sisters are famous for, she look at me funny and all that kind of stuff. It can be something just as simple as that. I speak to her, she never speak back. I ain't speaking to the B no more. Next thing you know, you telling your homegirl, yeah, she nasty, she do this, you spreading demons. The Bible said, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, what you supposed to do?
Go and tell him his fault.
Go and tell him his fault.
Between thee and him.
Between you and him alone. Nowhere does the Bible say that because that sister offended you or that brother offended you, go run your mouth. Get on the phone. Post it on social media. Yo, I hate working down such and such, such and such. Them bees keep playing with me. I'm going to do this. That's a demon.
That's right.
That is a demon on you. And you won't know it because demons are so conniving. They're so subtle in the way they, like I said earlier, like that little illustration sitting on your shoulder, talking in your ear. That voice that you hear when you're sitting there by yourself, I'm sick of her. Next time she say something to me, she'll be lucky if I don't cuss her out. That's the demon talking. You think it's your voice. The demon speaks to you in your own voice. And that's why you don't know it's a demon. They sneaky. You got to be equipped. You got to equip yourself so you can defend yourself against these demons. Or you're going to continue to spread these demons, and the demon's end goal is to unalive you. And it happens from simple situations, from a so-called mean mug. because somebody looking at somebody wrong. And then the word gets spread. This person, and then somebody tell, guess what? I heard that this person back in the day did this. All this stuff starting to come up. It started from a simple look. Next thing you know was a neighborhood beef. It happens. I'm telling you from real life experience. It's a neighborhood beef that started over a dirty look, and now somebody is being unalived. That's the demon's goal. Read the rest of that, sir. Yeah, read it again from the top, Bob Kashaf. The water.
Matthew 18 and 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee,
If your brother trespass against you,
go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
alone, you and him.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
And if he hear you, you done gained a brother. And we done squashed it. We done buried it. Now we can be cool moving forward. It's just that simple. Not go run your mouth and tell your mother and tell your sister, tell big bro, hey, yo, guess what? Yo, every time, yo, goodbye, every time, Cap, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Don't do that. So we learned that here in the UPK. That's brotherhood, and brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is our weapon we use to fight these demons. That's how we keep ourselves safe. That's how we make sure these demons don't have us unaliving ourselves. Because we get in these scriptures and we learn. And, you know, I ain't going to go all into it. We're going to wrap it up. But even sometimes you might go to your brother, you and him alone, and y'all still might not be able to resolve it. But we got priests and officers in the UPK. And we go to council. That's what council is for. Not run and get the gang and tell a gang and now the gang, oh, let's do this. And we go to council. We go to godly men. You got something, sir?
Most High is telling you, if you got a beef, you go to that brother and him alone, and he said, if he hear you, meaning he understands how he offended you, and say, sorry, salaki. I mean, that's hearing your brother, man.
Right.
Understanding his problem, not apologizing for it. That means he hear you.
Right.
I mean, and you have gained your brother instead of making your brother an enemy.
Right.
Your brother. You know what I'm saying? You apologize to him. You got to remember, God said, forgive thy brother.
Right.
It's an order.
It's an order.
Not to hold a grudge. To gain your brother.
That's an order. And if you love the Most High, you keep them commandments. That's a commandment. And if you love them, you keep those commandments. And with that, we're the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been bringing you this truth. And this truth is this: that the black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you are God's chosen people. You are the Israelites. You are the real Jews. And the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Gabar Rakar.
Get that class of another powerful hand, man. It's very important, man. We got to realize that demons are real. It's not just a fairy tale of Freddy Krueger. Don't believe our oppressor, but believe the Bible. And they are real. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Right. So like, give me that book. Give me that book. Just carrying out the book. Is that in there? Go to the back. Slide. Yeah. These are the security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command of General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to save themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew and it's pronounced Mayashara. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest funds, free will office for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy conversation cases.
You got the atonement on October 11th, Friday, October 11th.
The atonement on Friday, October 11th. Remind Akim and Akwa to check the social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, then it's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mahdi Shabbat, Mahdi, Barak, Yahweh Shimmy Yahushua Rakatah.
Yahweh Shimmy Yahushua Rakatah.
Yazabachah, class dismissed.